Calling high or low can sometimes be hard, but nothing's worse than being stuck with the same card on Card Sharks. This is the game where a single turn of the cards can win you up to $32,000 in cash. Now, here's your host, the star of Card Sharks, Brandon Scrum. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another edition of Card Sharks right here at MVG Productions. Glad to have y'all with us once again. We got two great players here today to get ready to kick things off here on this fantastic game of Card Sharks, so let's meet them now. Starting with our returning champion, whose 4-game cash winnings now total $43,600 in cash. It's Kevin. Kevin, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again.
Fantastic. Have you had any plans on what you're going to do with all that money you've won so far?
Well, let's see. I think the wedding's covered. I think the honeymoon's covered. And
do you have the house covered yet, though?
We're working on that.
Okay, we're working toward the house. I like it. Okay. Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you here today. And playing against you in this first game, we have AJ. AJ, welcome back.
Thanks, Brandon.
Fantastic. You ready to see if you can actually crack this top leaderboard and get some money?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, best of luck to you both. You guys know how this game works. Got to call your way across your row of cards. Calling higher or lower. First person to do that successfully wins the game. Gets $250. Takes 2 games to win the match. And winner goes on to the money cards for a chance at $32,000 in cash. So let's get started off here with game number 1 with our question to our champion. Kevin, we asked 100 people, would you rather get a tattoo or get a piercing? How many of 100 people said they'd rather get a tattoo?
Ooh, that's tough. Because most people I know have tattoos and piercings. They're both very popular. So, boy, I'm really not sure which direction to go in this one. But I would say, if I had to guess, I would tilt the scales more towards tattoos. With that said, I would say 55.
55 out of 100 would rather get a tattoo than a piercing. AJ, higher or lower than 55?
Let's go a little higher.
A little bit higher than that. Of course, if the answer is higher, AJ plays his cards first. If it's not higher, Kevin, the champion, plays his cards first. The actual number of people that would rather get a tattoo versus getting another piercing is 68. It is higher.
All done.
All right, AJ, you get first crack of your cards in this game of Card Sharks, and we start with your base card of a 10.
Change that card.
You can change the card because you won the question. That 10 now becomes a 7. A little worse on that one.
Let's go higher.
Going higher than the 7. Yes, it's a 10. Good change.
Let's go lower.
Going lower than the 10. Oh, a king. I'm sorry you lose those 2 cards. Giving our champion Kevin a chance to play with his base card of a queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen. Yes, it's a jack.
Lower again.
Going on lower than the jack. It's a 9.
Freeze.
Gonna freeze it right there, taking the 2-card advantage over the challenger AJ as we head into question 2, which goes to AJ. AJ, we asked 100 people, would you rather become a famous become a famous rapper or become a notorious mobster? How many of 100 people said they'd rather become a notorious mobster?
I'll say 41.
41 out of 100 rather become a notorious mobster. Kevin, higher or lower than 41?
I'll say lower.
I'm going to say even lower than that. Alright, the actual number of people that would rather become a notorious mobster versus a famous rapper is 31. It is lower. Alright, Kevin, you got control of the board. You've got that 9.
Let's change that 9.
9 with the next card off the top of the deck. It becomes a 5.
Let's go higher.
Alright, higher than the 5. No, a 4. You lose that card there.
Ooh,
Free
boy.
chance for AJ to play off the 7.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the 7. Yes, it's an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. Yes, another 7.
Ooh.
Let's freeze.
Gonna freeze right there, catching up to the champion. Both players now needing 2 cards each. As we go to question number 3, back to our champion, Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people on this one. Would you rather know the moment of your own death or know the moment of death of the person that you love the most? How many of 100 people said they'd rather know their own moment of death?
Oh. That's a very complicated question.
Yeah, we like to get introspective here on Card Tricks sometimes.
I'll say for sure, especially on this one. Would I rather know my own death or the death of the person I care about the most? I would probably want to know if it were me, I'd want to know my own, so I knew how much time I had to play with. I don't mean play with literally, but I'll say 70.
70 out of 100 rather know their own moment of death. AJ, higher or lower than 70?
Let's go a little lower.
Gonna go a little lower than that, alright?
Whoops.
Yep, wrong button. It's alright. We will delete that. Give you the next card off the top of the deck. And he says lower there. And the actual number of people that would rather know their own moment of death versus their moment of death of the loved one is 40. It is definitely lower. Alright, AJ, you can control the cards. You've got that 7.
Can I change that card?
You can. 7 now becomes a 3.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 3. No, a 2.
Wow.
Shot down with the deuce. Kevin, free chance to play with the 5.
Gotta go higher.
Going on higher than the 5. Yes, it's a 6.
Higher again.
For game 1 of the match at $250, higher than the 6. No, another 6. You lose that card there.
Jiminy.
The cards are brutal this first go around here.
They're showing no mercy.
This is true. All right, down to our fourth and final question of the round. Both players need 2 cards.
True.
Both players needing 2 cards to win the game. As we come to our fourth and final question, someone must win on this play of the cards. As the question goes to AJ. AJ, we asked 100 drivers, would you rather have a limousine or a convertible? How many of 100 drivers said they'd rather have a convertible?
53.
53 out of 100 said they'd rather have a convertible. Kevin, higher or lower than 43? Or sorry, 53.
Higher.
I'm going to say higher than that. Yep. For all control of the cards on this one, the actual number of 100 drivers who would rather have a convertible versus having a limousine is 68. It is higher.
All right.
All right, Kevin, here's the situation. You've got a 5. You need 2 cards to win. AJ's got a 3. He also needs 2 cards to win. Question here is, do you want to play it or do you want to pass it to AJ?
I got to play it.
Got to play it yourself. All right. Would you like to change this
Go.
5?
No, I would not. Let's go higher.
All right, keeping control, looking for higher than a 5. Yes, it's a 7.
Oh, boy. Let's go. I haven't seen a lot of face cards. Let's go higher.
Higher for game 1 of the match at $250. Higher than the 7. Yes, it's an ace. He gets game number 1.
Yeah, baby.
There we go. Congratulations. That puts you up to $43,850 there, and you've got game 1. All right, let's reset the board, and let's deal out the cards for our second game here. Remember, players, if you see the cards that have been played on your deck, it will help you try to win the game. As we go to game number 2, first question goes to our champion, Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people, which rapper would you rather hang out with, Eminem or Jay-Z? How many of 100 people said they'd rather hang out with Eminem?
I would. Boy, I tell you, they're both very popular. I'm going to say, actually, not everyone would agree with me, so I'd go about 49.
49 out of 100 said they'd rather hang out with Eminem. AJ, higher or lower than 49?
A little lower.
A little lower than that. Interested to see what this one is. Actual number of people that would rather hang out with Eminem versus Jay-Z is 59. It is not lower.
Wow.
Excuse me. All right, Kevin, you got control of the cards for game 2 here, and we start with your base card of a 7.
Let's change it.
Changing that 7 with the next card off the top of the deck. The 7 now becomes a king.
Hello, cowboy. Let's go lower.
Lower than the Cowboys. An 8 right up the middle.
Let's go lower.
Risking it on, lower than the 8. No, a 10. You lose those 2 cards there, giving AJ a free chance to play with his base card of a deuce.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the deuce. It's a 10.
Let's freeze.
Gonna freeze there, take the 1 card advantage over the champion on this one. As we go to question number 2, this one's for AJ. AJ, we asked 100 parents, would you rather see your kid grow up kind or grow up smart? How many of 100 parents said they'd rather see their kid grow up smart?
72.
72 out of 100 said they'd rather see him grow up smart. Kevin, higher or lower than 72?
Well, I'm a parent, and I think kindness is kindness rules. I mean, yeah, you want your kids to have the smarts and the intelligence, of course, but I believe in kindness. It takes you a long way, even if you don't see it as a child firsthand. But I'm going to have to go with the odds on this one and say lower.
I'm going to say even lower than that. Actual number of parents that rather see their kid grow up smart than kind is 34. It is lower.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely lower on that one. And like I said, I always got to say, definitely, just be kind to one another. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's something that I've always felt like is very important in the world, and it's something that the world may have lost sight of at one point in time. But anyway, Kevin, you've got yourself a king.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the king. The deuce.
Higher.
Higher than the 2. It's an 8 right up the middle.
Okay, this time I'm freezing.
Gonna freeze there, taking the 1 card advantage over AJ. As we head into question number 3, goes to the champion, Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people, if you had the power to change into someone else, would you? How many of 100 people said they would change into someone else versus staying as themselves?
I will say 41.
41 out of 100 said they'd rather be able to change into someone else. AJ, higher or lower than 41?
I'll go lower.
Gonna say lower than that. The actual number of people that would rather change into someone else is 39. It is just a bit lower.
Well done.
You were right in the ballpark on that one, Kevin, but AJ gets control of the cards with the 10.
Change that card.
All right, changing the 10 with the next card off the top of the deck. A king.
Lower.
Lower than the king. Yes, another 8.
Freeze.
Freezing right there. Both players with an 8. Both players needing 2 questions on this one. As we come to our 4th and final question, someone must win on this play of the card. Question goes to our challenger, AJ. AJ, if you were forced to live next to a garbage dump or a cemetery, which one would you choose? How many of 100 people said they would rather live next to a cemetery?
50.
50 right up the middle. Kevin, higher or lower than 50?
Well, I would say that garbage dumps are stinky, whereas cemeteries aren't. So I'm going higher.
I'm going to say even higher than that. All right, for all important control of the question, the actual number of people that would rather live next to a cemetery versus a dump is 64. It is higher. All right, Kevin, you go once again have control, and you have a decision to make, sir. You both have an 8. You both need 2 cards to win. You have the option to change your 8 if you want to and play it yourself, or you could force AJ to play it. What do you want to do?
You know what, AJ? If you get this, you absolutely deserve it, my friend. Go for it.
Pressing to you, AJ. You got to call it from the 8. Need both cards. One mistake, and Kevin retains the championship.
Lower.
Going on lower than the 8. It's a 3.
Higher.
Anything but a 2 or a 3 ties up the match higher than the 3. It's a K. We got a tie game.
There you go. Good job.
Congratulations to AJ. Ties it up the match. 1 game apiece gives him $250. And with that said, folks, we are going to go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have that tiebreaker round, see which one of these players is going to the money cards. We'll do that right after this. Stay tuned. Back here on Card Shark, both players won 1 game and $250 added to their bank. This is the rubber match to decide who's going on to the money cards. 3 cards, 3 questions in this round. We'll see how this goes down as we start this tiebreaker matchup with our champion, Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 gamers, which board game would you prefer, checkers or chess? How many of 100 players said they prefer chess?
Oh, boy. I'm going to say 40.
40 out of 100 said they prefer to play chess. Higher or lower than 40, AJ?
I'll say
I'll
higher.
say even higher than that. The actual number of people that would prefer to play chess versus playing checkers is 25. It is not higher. 3 to 4 ratio, like jumping over folks. Interesting. All right, Kevin, you got control of the cards in this tiebreaker matchup, and you start with your base card of a 10.
Change it, please.
Changing with the next card off the top of the deck, the 10 now becomes a 4.
Higher.
And 4. Oh, no, another 4. Lose both those lose that card. AJ, a break for you with your base card of a queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen. It's a 10.
Lower.
For the game of the match, become the new champion. Lower than a 10. No, a king.
Oh,
my
my
Oh, no cards. No dice there, that one. All right, question number 2 goes to AJ. Oh, these cards are tough today. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
Yeah, they do show no.
All right, AJ, we asked 100 superhero fans. Which group would you rather be a member of? The Avengers or the X-Men? How many of 100 people said they'd rather be members of the X-Men?
47.
47 out of 100 said they'd rather be members of the X-Men. Higher or lower than 47?
I'll go
I'd
higher.
say even higher than that.
Sure.
The actual number of people that would rather be members of the X-Men versus being a member of the Avengers is 30 is not higher.
Wow.
AJ, you got control of the cards. You've got that queen.
Let's go lower.
Keeping the queen going lower. It's a 5.
Higher.
For the game, the match become a new champion higher than the 5. Yes, it's an 8. We got a new champion.
Way to go, AJ.
Well done, AJ.
Congratulations, AJ. You're up to $500 now, and you will be headed to the money cards here in just a second. Well, Kevin, you had a very impressive run here on the show, and you are definitely not leaving here empty-handed, sir. You are taking with you a nice hug with cash of $43,850. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. It's been a real pleasure. Really enjoyed it. And go crack those money cards, AJ.
All right, AJ, are you ready to go see if you can pick up some big money?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's go play those money cards.
Time somebody beat Kevin.
All right, welcome to Money Cards, AJ. Explain how this works here. We're going to give you $200 of brand new betting money. You're going to start across the bottom row, bet your way across, guessing the next card higher or lower like you did in the main game. Till you get up to the second row, we'll give you an additional $400 there. For the first two rows, minimum bet's $50 and $50 increments, all the way up till you get up to the big bet, where you must bet at least half your money. And remember, you could change one card on each level, one of the 3 extra cards we deal out on the side there. If you can do a perfect double, double, double all the way to the top of the board, $32,000 is all yours. All right? Best of luck to you. Let's deal out those cards and give you a fresh $200 to play with. And again, remember, you can change one card on each level. We start with your opening card of a 9.
Change it with number 1.
Card number 1. That 9 now becomes an 8. Right up the middle.
$50 lower.
Right, $50 lower than the 8. Yes, it's a 7. Up to $250.
$50 higher.
Minimum bet again, $50 higher than the 7. Yes, it's a 9. Up to $300.
What?
You got a 9.
Alright, just give me a second.
What
You got 300 and a 9.
was it? $100 lower.
All right, going $100 lower than the 9. Yes, it's a 3. Very good. You're up to $400. We move that 3 up to the next line, give you an additional $400. Brings you up to $800 total now and a 3.
$600 higher.
Big bet on this one. $600 higher than the 3. Yes, it's a jack. Up to $1,400.
$400 lower.
All right, betting the $400 lower than the jack. Yes, it's a 6. On to 1.
I would change.
Go ahead.
Change it with number 3.
All right, wants to change that 6 with card number 3. That 6 now becomes a deuce.
All of it higher.
$1,800. Can't lose on this one. Higher than the 2. Yes, it's a 5. $3,600, AJ. We move up the 5 to the big bet now. You're at the top of the board. You must bet at least $1,800 on this one. You've got one card still left to change.
Can I change it with the last one?
All right, important change on this one. Your big bet card goes from a 5 to a 9. Again, must bet at least
How much?
Must bet at least $1,800.
Can I do $1,850 lower?
Can. Going $1,850. You'll finish with either $1,750 or $5,450. $1,850 lower than the 9. Yes, it's a 6. Good job. Big winner there. $5,450 for AJ. Add that to his winnings. Gives him a grand total now of $5,950 in cash. And he's our new champion here on Card Shark. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll find AJ a new opponent right after this. Stay tuned. Good job. Welcome back here to Card Sharks, our new champion AJ now with $5,950. And he's ready to take on his next opponent, so let's meet him now. Playing against him in this game of Card Sharks, we have Nels. Nels, welcome back.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. Are you ready to see if you can tack on some more winnings here on Card Sharks?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck to you both. Got a great game ahead of us. So let's get right to it with our first question, going to our champion AJ. AJ, we asked 100 people, would you rather be bald but fit or overweight with a head full of hair? How many of 100 people said they'd rather be bald but fit?
69.
And there it is.
Hey.
Wondering how long it would take again. Nels, higher or lower than 69?
I'm gonna go lower.
Let's say even lower than that. The actual number of people that would rather be bald but fit versus being overweight with a head full of hair is 80, it is not lower. All right, AJ, Champion League, gets first shot at the cards in this game, and he starts off with the base card of a 7.
Change that card.
7 becomes a 5.
Let's go
Higher
higher.
than the 5. No, a 3. Loses that card. A chance for our challenger Nails to play off his base card of a 6. Higher than the 6. No, a 4. Low cards early, stumping both our players there. Both of them at least have their base card turned over now. Question number 2 goes to our challenger, Nails. Nails, we asked 100 people. Would you rather have to never eat again or never sleep again? How many of 100 people said they wish they'd never had to sleep again?
We're gonna go 55 on that one.
Right, 55 on that one. AJ, higher or lower than 55?
Let's go higher.
Even higher than that. I know with everything I got going on, there was times I wish I didn't have to sleep. Just I wish I'd be refreshed, ready to go, because I could accomplish so much more if I could be awake. But I'm curious to see how people answer on this one. The actual number of people that said they wish they never had to sleep again versus never having to eat again is 75. It is higher. All right, 3 out of 4 people are like me. All right, AJ, you got control of the cards. You got a 5.
Change it.
So that 5 now becomes a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a 6.
Freeze.
Freezing with the 1 card advantage. All right, both players with a 6. AJ needing 3 cards. Nails needing 4. As we go to question number 3, which goes back to our champion, AJ. AJ, we asked 100 people. Would you rather live a life with no electronics or a life with no friends? How many of 100 people said they'd rather live a life with no electronics?
29.
29 out of 100 said they'd rather live a life with no electronics. Nails, higher or lower than 29?
A little bit lower.
I'm going to say even lower than that. Actual number of people that would rather live a life with no electronics versus a life with no friends is 74. It is way higher on that one. People like having people around. They just rather have them than electronics. It's a really surprising number to me there. All right, AJ, you got that 6.
Change it.
All right, that 6 now becomes a 3.
Higher.
Higher than the 3. Yes, it's a 9.
Freeze.
Gonna freeze right there with the 9, needing 2 more cards to win. Nels still looking at his base card of a 6 as we've reached our 4th and final question of this round. Someone must win on this play of the cards. Question goes to Nels. Nels, we asked 100 people, would you rather have the ability to run at 100 miles per hour or be able to fly at 10 miles per hour? How many of 100 people said they'd rather have the ability to fly at 10 miles an hour?
I want to say that's a medium in the middle. I'm going to say 6.
How many?
60.
All right, 60 out of 100 said they'd rather be able to fly at 10 miles an hour. AJ, higher or lower than 60?
Let's go higher.
I'm going to go even higher than that. For all important control in this question, the actual number of people that would rather be able to fly at 10 miles an hour versus running at 100 miles per hour is 47. It is not higher. All right, Nails, that means you have control of the cards. Here's the situation. You've got that 6. You need 4 cards in order to win the round. The champion, AJ's got 9. He only needs 2 cards. Question to you here is, would you like to play your cards or you want to pass the control to AJ?
We're going to pass to AJ knowing that he can't change that card.
All right, AJ, you got control of the cards. You got to call it all the way across with the 9. One mistake, Nails picks up game number 1.
Let's go lower.
Going on lower than the 9. Yes, it's a 5.
Higher.
For game 1 of the match, higher than a 5. Yes, there's an ace. AJ picks up game number 1.
Thank you.
Nicely done, AJ. Another $250 for you brings you up to $6,200 now. And you only need one more game to head back to the money cards. Nails, you can catch up here as we reset the board for game 2. And our first question going to AJ the champ. AJ, we asked 100 people on this one. Would you rather play real-life Minecraft or real-life Mario Kart? How many of 100 people said they'd rather play real-life Mario Kart?
80.
80 out of 100 said they'd rather have real-life Mario Kart. Nails, higher or lower than 80?
Say lower.
I'd say a little lower than that. Personally, I'm a fan of both games, but something about hitting somebody with a blue turtle shell just appeases to me so much. Actual number of people that would rather play real-life Mario Kart versus real-life Minecraft is 57. It is lower. All right, Nails, you got control of this one. Your opening card for this round is a 9.
Say goodbye to the 9.
That 9 changes now becomes a queen.
Lower.
Going on lower than the queen. No, an ace. Ace caught you off guard there as we go to AJ. Start with your base card. A 9. Lots of 9s this time around.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the 9. An ace. Good call.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. A 7.
Freeze.
Taking the freeze, giving the 2-card advantage over the challenger. Nails on this one. As we go to question number 2, this one goes to Nails.
Wow.
Nails, we asked 100 people. Would you rather have the ability to control people or the ability to control time? How many of 100 people said they'd rather have the ability to control time?
I would say that's a high number, like 70.
70 out of 100 said they'd rather have the ability to control time. AJ, higher or lower than 70?
Lower.
Let's say even lower than that. The actual number of people that would rather have the ability to control time versus the ability to control people is 53. It is lower. AJ, you're in control. You've got that 7.
Change it.
Changing the 7 with the next card off the top of the deck. 7 now becomes an 8. A little worse.
Higher.
All right, going higher than the 8. Yes, it's a 9. Good call.
Do it.
Lower.
Going off for the game and the match. Lower than the 9. Yes, it's a 6. AJ's done it. Congratulations, AJ. Another $250 for it brings us to $6,450. You'll be playing the money cards in just a minute. Nails, we thank you for joining us here. We got some nice party gifts for you. So we'll hope you have you back on another episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, AJ's going to be playing the money cards right after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks. Our champion AJ won his second game up to $6,450. He's now going to take his second shot here with the money card, see if he can take home that 32 grand. AJ, we gave you the. Go ahead and set up the cards for you during the commercial. You got your $200 of new betting money. Good luck to you. Let's get right to it as we look at your base card for this card game of a king.
All of it lower.
Betting the farm, $200 lower than the king. It's a queen. You're up to 400.
Good call.
Why not? All of it lower.
Betting it all again, $400 lower than the queen. Yes, it's an 8 right up the middle. You got $800 and that 8.
Change it with number 2.
All right, changing with card number 2. That 8 now becomes a 7. You got a 7. You got $800.
$250 higher.
All right, betting $250 higher than the 7. Yes, it's a queen. $1,050 for you now, AJ. We move up the queen to the second row, give you that additional $400 of betting money. You now have $1,450, and you have a queen.
500 lower.
All right, betting $500, lower than the queen. Yes, it's a 10. $1,950 for you and the 10.
Change it with number 1.
All right, important change here. That 10 now becomes a 9. You got a 9, you got $1,950.
150 lower.
All right, $150, playing the odds lower than the 9. Yes, it's a 3. You got $2,100 now and a 3. Great card.
1,700 higher.
Whoa!
Big bet on this one, $1,700. Higher than a 3. Yes, it's a 5. $3,800 now. We move up to 5. It is big bet time again. And ironically enough, you're in the same situation you were last time. You got $3,800 and a 5. You must bet at least $1,900 on this one.
Change it with number 3.
Important change on this one. Your big bet card goes from a 5 to a 10. Again, must bet at least $1,900 on this one.
1,950 lower.
All right, a little better than half. $1,950 lower than the 10. It's a 4. He's done it.
It's done.
Even with some tough cards, AJ manages to find a way to pick it up. He's got himself $5,750. Add that to his winnings. Brings AJ now to a 2-game total of $12,200. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Brandon.
Well done. A couple of tough earned wins, but he definitely taking home the cash for it on that one. And folks, that is going to do it for us on this episode of Card Sharks. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you like the series, please hit that like button. And don't forget to share the video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and want to see more great game shows, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you never miss a video I drop here at MVG Productions. And until the cards are dealt out once again and we're back with our champion AJ, I'm your host Brandon Scruggs saying thanks for watching this episode of Card Sharks. We will see you all next time. Take care. Bye for now, folks.